Et si vous prenez le train en marche, vous êtes sur votre canal d'information en continu, CRTV News, canal 306. Vous suivez votre matinale d'information Cameroun Daylight qui vous sert donc le café chaud de l'actualité tout de suite avec Clarence que nous recevons sur ce plateau dans le cadre de Tabloïds en langue anglaise et on parle davantage de cette 137e édition de la Journée internationale des travailleurs. Good morning, Clarence.
Bonjour, Rosalinga.
Alors, la presse, ce matin, est et célèbre le travail.
Just a day after the 137th edition of the International Workers' Day, a good number of papers are talking about that celebration of yesterday across the country.
Et il y a cette crise qui vit au sein du deuxième employeur du Cameroun, la CDC, qui est en crise en ce moment.
Yeah, the Cameroon Development Corporation rose for a good number of years. We know the crisis broke out in 2016. We have a good number of workers who have not been receiving their salaries for 2-3 years. So it's a big problem. Yesterday, well, they had to stage a strike action, but it was halted by the Director General of that corporation. So we, of course, giving our viewers this morning details on as far as that situation is concerned.
Bien évidemment, Clarence, nous avons tous ces détails tout de suite dans le cadre de Tabloïds en langue anglaise. C'est avec vous, Clarence.
Happy new month to you all. We are in the month of May, the 5th month of the year 2023, and it is the second day of this month. Well, we are glad to have you this morning. I'm Clarence Gare. We have a few newspaper publications this morning. A lot of them are talking about the Labour Day. International Labour Day celebrated yesterday. We begin, as tradition demands, with a Cameroon Tribune. Labour Day, International Labour Day, Cameroon honors workers' public declarations on how to improve the situation of workers. March past and popular festivities took place across the country yesterday, May 1, 2023, in commemoration of the International Labour Day. That is what Cameroon Tribune is telling us this morning. It goes further to say in Yaoundé, the event was chaired at the May 20th Avenue by the Minister of Labour and Social Security, Gregoire Warner, in the presence of several cabinet ministers. You will find details of that story in pages 33 and 37 of the National Bilingual Daily Cameroon Tribune. Realite Plus, the French language daily, is still in line with this year's International Labour Day, which was celebrated yesterday. The Minister of Labour and Social Security, Gregoire Warner, has reiterated government's commitment to promote decent work in the country. The Minister of Labour and Social Security was speaking, of course, yesterday at the 20th May Boulevard here in Yaoundé, while officially opening, the 137th edition of the International Workers' Day. And that newspaper, in another headlines, is telling us that the Civil Engineering Corps that's a military Civil Engineering Corps of the military also were in active celebration yesterday. You can find that story in page 9 of Reality Plus newspaper. The Guardian Post newspaper, the English language daily, the Cameroon Development Corporation, CDC, 28 months without salaries. CDC could be going. Well, with the suspension marks, of course, the Guardian Post newspaper of this day says economists are unanimous that if a company has not money to pay employees, it is an indication of a doom with no viable future, since workers are more important asset than machinery or estate. That is what the Guardian Post is telling us this morning. Of course, that cry from workers of the Cameroon Development Corporation is coming at a time when the country is celebrating 137th edition of the International Day. Meanwhile, in another story, still in the Guardian Post newspaper, countering disinformation, Cameroonian journalists, civil society members hone skill in the United States of America. Some 10 journalists from Cameroon and some members of the civil society have sharpened their skills on countering disinformation in United States of America, the USA. That is some of the stories you can find in the Guardian Post newspaper. The Dawn is another publication, English language publication, still the issue of CDC, going down the drain. CDC General Manager lauds workers despite planned industrial action. Franklin Ngoni has lauded workers of the corporation for having confidence that management is working in their interest in the bid to stabilize the corporation whose operations have been affected as a result of the crisis in the northwest and southwest regions of the country. The Eagle's Eye newspaper, we fly high to get the news. Of course, that's a popular slogan of that newspaper publication, which always dwells on constituency action. This day is taking us to the far north region. The Mada people in the far north region says Kava Yege Jibril is a special gift from God. The health caravan of the Right Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly over the week and consulted and treated the inhabitants of Mada community suffering from eye diseases. Meanwhile, Honorable Donald Malumba Esembe is the Eagle's Eye hero of the month of April, just 2 days back, that you can find in the Eagle's Eye newspaper. And a sister newspaper to the Eagle's Eye publication of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Kava Yege Jibril, un don du ciel pour la population de Mada. That is the headline of the Honorable newspaper. This remark was made by the population of Mada community of Tokumbere subdivision, Mayo-Sava division of the Far North region. The newspaper presents the great work of Right Honorable Kava Yege Jibril in the Far North region. It writes a total of 256 people were consulted and 100 have been booked for operation. Meanwhile, 78 have been given medical glasses to, correct their eye situations. This was during the Speaker's health caravan last Saturday, April 29, 2023. Details on the Honorable newspaper will be telling you. The Horizon headlines: U.S. lifting of Agua ban on Cameroon. Separatists opposed 16 Ambazonia Liberation Movement right to President Joe Biden, justifying Cameroon non-qualification for reinstatement. It says the open letter to President Biden is an urgent call to end the atrocities and human rights violation in Cameroon and the non-compliance with the eligibility requirements of Section 104 of the Agua regulations. Well, you will be having more of that story and a couple of interesting stories in the Horizon newspaper. We round up this press review with Continental Info, Cameroon-Nigeria trade relations. This publication comes back to the second edition of the Nigeria-Cameroon Economy and Trade Exhibition, abbreviated NICAMEX, that was launched last month, April 19. The second edition is actually in the pipe. It is scheduled to hold officially this year from November 28 to December 3, 2023. Pages 6 to 7 of Continental Info will be giving you more of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess you actually grab important issues as far as the press review is concerned this morning. but do always make effort to visit the newspaper stands to get yourself informed while you read further. I've been Clarence. Do have a wonderful day. Tomorrow will be another day. Thanks.